Sometimes the boldest moves succeed only in silence. Discover why subtlety often outperforms brute force in life, business, and personal growth. History remembers the victors who shouted their triumphs, yet it was often the quiet planners, those who moved without spectacle, who shaped the outcome long before the battle began. In strategy, noise is not power, it is distraction. Power lies in calm intention, hidden behind the mask of ordinary behavior. The ancient Chinese called this the first and most subtle of the 36 stratagems: deceive the heavens to cross the sea. On the surface, it sounds poetic, but within it lies a profound truth about human behavior and success. It teaches that sometimes the surest path to victory is the one walked openly, yet unseen. When your purpose is concealed beneath the familiar, even the watchful fail to notice your true movement. Think about it. How often do we rush to announce our plans, to prove our strength, or to display our progress? And how often does that very visibility attract resistance, jealousy, or sabotage? The more loudly one moves, the more obstacles one awakens. But the one who acts quietly, whose intentions are mistaken for routine, moves unopposed. This is not deception in the moral sense. It is wisdom in motion. It is the art of progress without provocation, of achieving great ends without declaring them. Today, we explore this timeless principle, born from the battlefields of ancient China, remains the most elegant form of strategy in our modern world. To understand the wisdom of deceive the heavens to cross the sea, we must step back into the age when strategy itself was a matter of survival. Ancient China was a world of warring states, kingdoms rising and falling through cunning as much as courage. Armies moved like shadows across vast landscapes, and the difference between triumph and annihilation often rested on a single hidden intention. The phrase is said to have originated from the exploits of Han Xin, a brilliant general of the Han dynasty. When faced with a seemingly impossible crossing, a sea under the watchful eyes of enemy scouts, Han Xin ordered his troops to behave as though they were on a routine drill. No banners, no battle cries, no announcement of purpose. To the enemy, the army's actions appeared ordinary, even lazy. Yet beneath that illusion of routine, Han Xin's forces advanced steadily. By the time the enemy realized his intent, he had already crossed, and victory was sealed without bloodshed. This was the first stratagem for a reason. It encapsulated the foundation of all strategy, the mastery of perception. The ancient masters understood that strength and weakness are not absolutes. They exist in the mind of the observer. To deceive the heavens was not to lie to the gods, but to mislead the all-seeing eyes of one's opponents, those who believe they understand everything. Every commander, every ruler learned to hide purpose behind familiarity. The greatest moves were made not in secrecy, but in plain sight, under the cover of the obvious. As the art of war teaches, all warfare is based on deception. When we are near, we must make the enemy believe we are far away. In this dance of appearance and intent, silence became the most eloquent weapon. At its heart, deceive the heavens to cross the sea is not about trickery, it is about camouflage within clarity. It teaches that the most effective concealment does not lie in darkness, but in light. When something is done openly, with confidence and consistency, the human mind stops questioning it. Familiarity dulls curiosity. Predictability breeds blindness. Thus, the perfect disguise is routine. In this context, the heavens symbolize the all-seeing, the natural order, fate, or those who observe us, competitors, rivals, superiors, even our own doubts. Crossing the sea represents achieving a goal or reaching a destination that appears impossible under watchful eyes. To deceive the heavens, then, is to move naturally and invisibly beneath their gaze, using transparency as your shield. This principle rests on a profound psychological truth. People look for danger in the unusual, not the ordinary. Our attention is drawn to disruption, not continuity. That's why, when something happens gradually or predictably, it often escapes notice. The strategist uses this to their advantage, hiding transformation inside the familiar. Consider how an experienced negotiator behaves. They never reveal their final offer at once. They discuss trivialities, agree on minor points, and appear harmlessly cooperative, until, at the right moment, their real intent emerges, already positioned for acceptance. Or think of the natural world, a tiger stalking through grass, undistinguishable from the wind, movement within stillness, power beneath calm. To deceive the heavens is to act without alerting resistance. It is the wisdom of restraint, knowing that visibility invites opposition. By appearing harmless, ordinary, or even distracted, one achieves what cannot be done through open confrontation. It is strategy elevated to art, the art of being unseen, even when everyone is watching. The great strategists of history understood that perception is the battlefield before the battlefield. To master it was to win before the first move was made. Among them, few embodied this wisdom more perfectly than Zhuge Liang, the legendary strategist of the Three Kingdoms period. When his forces were weak and resources scarce, Zhuge Liang once found himself facing an approaching army of thousands. Instead of retreating or fortifying, he ordered the city gates thrown open. He sat atop the walls, calmly playing his zither. The invaders, expecting an ambush, turned back in fear. What they saw was so ordinary, so serene, it had to be a trap. Yet in reality, Zhuge Liang had no army at all, only the illusion of one. He had deceived the heavens through perfect composure. This was more than cleverness. It was the disciplined art of controlling appearances. A true strategist never fights on the surface. They shape the enemy's mind first. Sun Tzu echoed this centuries earlier. To subdue the enemy without fighting is the acme of skill. Every gesture, every word, every delay or apparent mistake can serve as cover for intent. Han Xin's crossing of the sea, Zhuge Liang's empty fort, Even the Emperor Gaozu's feigned ignorance before seizing power. Each applied the same rule: hide strength behind calm and act decisively when unnoticed. The masters also taught moral restraint in deception. The goal was not chaos, but efficiency, to achieve victory without waste. When deceit prevents war, preserves lives, or protects a greater good, it becomes wisdom, not manipulation. This method applies beyond war. To deceive the heavens is to align your actions with natural rhythm, never forcing the world to move, but flowing with it so subtly that progress feels inevitable. The strategist never announces, they simply arrive. In the modern world, the battlefield has changed, but human nature has not. The office, the market, and even social media have become arenas of subtle competition, where attention itself is the currency of power. Yet the same ancient wisdom applies. The more noise you make, the more resistance you invite. The quiet strategist still wins by moving invisibly, achieving goals before anyone realizes what's happening.
Consider business. When Apple first developed the iPhone, its internal teams worked under a veil of secrecy. The project was disguised within the company as an ordinary development effort, shielded from external scrutiny. Competitors had no idea that a revolution in communication was underway. By the time the world noticed, it was too late to respond. The stratagem had unfolded perfectly, an innovation crossing the sea under the heavens' unseeing eyes. Or look at the startup founder who quietly tests a prototype with a small audience instead of announcing a grand vision. While others boast and attract imitators, the quiet innovator refines, learns, and adapts. By the time their idea is revealed, it is not a concept, it is reality. Even in personal life, this principle holds. The person who trains in silence, studies after hours, or builds habits quietly often surpasses those who broadcast every effort. When success finally appears, it seems sudden, but it was simply unseen preparation. The modern strategist learns to use attention sparingly. Not every plan deserves an audience. Visibility can bring validation, but it also brings interference. The wise understand that progress made in silence gathers momentum. In a culture obsessed with exposure, to move quietly is to move freely. To deceive the heavens today means acting without spectacle, to build, learn, and evolve beneath the noise until the result itself becomes undeniable. Why does subtlety hold such power? The answer lies in the patterns of human perception. We are drawn to the dramatic, the urgent, the visible. Yet in this fixation, we often miss what unfolds quietly beneath our gaze. The loudest voices, the flashiest displays command attention, but they rarely command results. The strategist understands the true influence moves beneath awareness, shaping outcomes without needing applause. Eastern philosophy reinforces this principle. Lao Tzu in the Tao Te Ching observed, "The soft overcomes the hard, the slow overcomes the fast." Strength is often hidden in restraint. Mastery of subtlety is mastery of oneself, controlling impulses to announce, to boast, to act prematurely. By concealing intent, the strategist exercises patience and discipline.
recognizing that the world resists force but yields to persistence. There is also a psychological paradox. The more obvious an action, the more scrutiny it attracts. The less visible it is, the freer it becomes. Our ego desires recognition, yet recognition often invites conflict, envy, or disruption. History demonstrates that the greatest achievements, Han Xin's river crossing, Zhuge Liang's empty fort, or a company quietly building an industry-defining product, are made by those who act invisibly until the moment of revelation. This principle extends beyond strategy into the very understanding of human nature. People are often guided more by perception than by reality. To influence outcomes, one does not merely confront obstacles directly, one works with the currents of attention and expectation. By learning to move silently, to act subtly, one aligns with the natural flow of human focus. Subtlety teaches humility and foresight. It reminds us that patience is not inaction, and invisibility is not weakness. To act without spectacle is to embrace the rhythm of reality itself, achieving goals without creating resistance, a quiet form of mastery that echoes across centuries. The lesson of deceive the heavens to cross the sea is both simple and profound. Move toward your goal quietly, deliberately, and without unnecessary exposure. Success does not demand a parade. It demands preparation, patience, and subtlety. The world is quick to notice noise, slow to notice quiet progress, and therein lies the advantage of the strategist. In practical terms, this means acting with intention while managing perception. A professional may quietly cultivate skills that will later secure a promotion. An entrepreneur may test concepts under the radar before a major launch. Even in personal growth, the individual who forms habits consistently without broadcasting them often surpasses those seeking immediate recognition. The key is consistency. Progress made in silence compounds into results that, when revealed, appear inevitable. The beauty of this principle lies in its universality. Across centuries, from Han Xin crossing rivers under enemy watch, to Zhuge Liang sitting calmly atop the city walls, to modern innovators reshaping industries in secret, the pattern repeats. Results speak louder than announcements. Visibility is optional. Mastery is essential. Quiet action protects the plan from interference, preserves energy, and allows strategy to unfold fully. Philosophically, this stratagem reminds us that the world rewards foresight, not impulse, patience, not urgency, and subtlety, not spectacle. To achieve, one must learn to act like water, flowing unseen through obstacles, gathering strength, and revealing its force only at the decisive moment. There is power in restraint and elegance in silence. As you navigate your own ambitions, remember, the most effective moves are often the ones no one notices until they are complete. Mastery lies in moving without drawing unnecessary attention, letting results carry the message. Subscribe to Ancient Learnings and join us in discovering timeless strategies, lessons from the masters that still shape the world today.